साहेब बाबा साहेब एक साहेब बाबा साहेब.
I would now invite Mr. Notu Bukra, representing the Mahayana tradition, to please speak a few words of good wishes.
Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Homage to the Three Ratna. On behalf of the Mahayana Buddhist world, as well as Dharma brothers and sisters of Tibet, I have the honor of offering a few words to the Mahasangha and all distinguished delegates gathered here. Even though I got the invitation on a very short notice, and I tried to organize a few words to share with you, and in spirit of the title of the conference, Buddhism and Globalization, it might be appropriate to share a verse from the King of the aspiration of the noble conduct by Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. In that it says, Namge thadu kyurba chetamba semje malu thai deshinde chezam le nanyo mo thai kyurba tagyo molam thayan dechamo, meaning that as infinite as space, that innumerable and infinite are sentient beings, and equally infinite are their mental clashes or conflicting emotions. May my aspiration also be equally infinite. I think this will resonate very well with the theme of the conference. And also, His Holiness the 17th Gyalwang Karmapa has been presiding over the blessing of the relics here at the Buddhist Society every year. And so, in that spirit of the connection, I'd like to share a verse that His Holiness Karmapa has written. And the essential meaning of it is, sentient beings are as numerous and as infinite as space is. Through deeply reflecting on their unbearable suffering, may I always uphold the resolve to embrace all beings with genuine compassion or karuna. And along that line, as all of you, I'm sure, had the honor of hearing His Holiness the Dalai Lama time and again, His Holiness, while expressing his deepest respect to all religious traditions and faith, yet he says what sort of distinguishes Buddhism from others, or what stands out in Buddhism, is the truth of the view of Buddhism and the noble aspiration of Buddhism, the view of the interdependent nature of all phenomena, and the conduct or the attitude of concerning oneself with the altruistic heart for all sentient beings, in fact, fellow sentient beings, without exception. And I think in this spirit, it is important that I'd like to humbly request the sort of the conference is conducted not just as a matter of intellectual festivities, or after the conference, leave everything inside the conference room and nothing happens outside of the conference room. When we talk about the Buddhist principle of genuine compassion towards all sentient beings, it is a responsibility that should come from our genuine feelings of gratitude and appreciation of the world of interdependence. We live, we exist because of others. No one can alone exist on their own. It is a matter of common sense that we depend on water, without which we cannot live. We depend on food, without which we cannot live. Clothes, oxygen, air, without which. So, we have others to be grateful to, not kind of say, oh, I am generating compassion towards others. And because others are sort of weak and I'm strong. It is thanks to others that I have the opportunity to generate compassion and loving kindness. So, right now, we live in a world of global destruction. And the global destruction is based on our basic ignorance. At the root of all the problems is ignorance, and ignorance then brings up all the other mental afflictions, jealousy, greed, and so on, which all of you know very well. And but when we have experience of jealousy and ignorance and greed, in the world that we live in, what we call the normal world, we also discount these epidemics as normal. Ignorance is normal, jealousy is normal, and greed is normal. And it is absolutely untrue that these things are not normal. If these things are normal, they wouldn't be afflicting us with so much suffering. So if we are to move from the world of global destruction to a world of global construction, then we have to help each other to become educated in the true realities of the world, or as Buddha has taught. Buddha has taught nothing different, nothing new, other than what it is, how it is really. Buddhism is not a belief, as of course the distinguished delegates and the Mahasangha know. Buddhism is not a preferred faith or belief. Buddhism is a constructive way of life, and so your greatest contribution, the Mahasangha, would be to educate the mass in the wisdom and the compassion of the Buddha Dharma. Then we will begin to have a constructive globalization based on wisdom and compassion through the teachings of the Buddha. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nodubukar.
एक साहेब बाबा साहेब